Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going to be taking a look at Armored Mewtwo. This is something I've actually never used before, so first time for everything. Let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. Now, it does have a legacy move, and that is going to be Psy Strike. So if you do have one lying around and it doesn't have that, you're not going to be able to just simply TM it. You're going to have to use an Elite TM. I had this one hanging around, so we're going to go ahead and just hang with it. It also does have Rock Slide, Earthquake, and Future Sight. And we're going to be going with Dynamic Punch. Rock Slide is also another option, but with Dynamic Punch and Psy Strike, that's a great combination for a lot of things to not really run away from, right? We're going to be pairing it up with Guzzlord and then Venusaur. We're going to swap up the team that we do have periodically towards probably like third battle, maybe the second battle. I was just getting too hard countered. It was like to the point where it was so obvious. I just said, okay. Alright, I get it, game. You want me to switch it up. Okay, so Guzzlord putting in the work up against Nidoqueen, going for a Dragon Claw, and now a brutal swing here. Now, we are going to be weak to Ice in the back, and this is a good team composition. It's just the game throws some weird stuff at you when you do put things together to hinder that 50% win rate that you must maintain for most accounts, right? Anyways, we're going to go ahead and go for the Psy Strike up against this wall right here. They do not want me to get past it because they do have that Nidoqueen back there, and it's turning out to look pretty good for us in this situation here. Gonna let it go. Now, here's the thing about Armored Mewtwo, if you're not familiar with what's going on with it in Pokemon Go, because it's not in the main series games. Actually, would be crazy if they did have this, but it is actually going to be picking up bulk and HP and losing attack. So that is the whole gimmick with it. And it does have slightly different moves as well. So you're essentially holding on to a Mewtwo that's a tank, and it gets shields. It constantly gets shields, and it's a little frustrating. All right, anyways, we had a good lead, I guess. Nah, it was kind of a bad lead. I mean, I don't know. Scrafty, we could do Dynamic Punch, but they want to retreat into their Drifblim. And there it is, that Ice that we are weak to in the back, so we can't really go into Venusaur here in this situation. So we're just going to bring in the Guzzlord, as we are going to be super effective with the Brutal Swing, and they can't go for the Shadow Ball. Not that they would want to if we did bring in our Venusaur, or this here. They're just going to keep going for the Icy Wind. So the best thing that we can do is just do as much damage as we can. Unfortunately, they're going to get to another one here, and it's going to be within our best interest to just go ahead and let this go and then bring in the Mewtwo, and hopefully we're going to be able to farm them down with Confusion, and we do. Okay, that would have been pretty ridiculous if they get to another one. And they got a Jellicent back there, so the Venusaur is going to be able to handle Scrafty and, well, wait. Yeah, that's the Scrafty one. And they're catching a Psy Strike. Are you kidding me? That was a good catch. So we still have 2 shields. And what we're going to do is go ahead and let this go. Because, again, we're holding on to a tank here. This is not your typical Mewtwo. Now, it is doing a decent amount of damage there. But that's okay. We're still surviving. Getting to the last shield. And now we're going to go ahead and swap into our Venusaur here. And we're going to go ahead and let this go. It doesn't really matter if it's a foul play. If we still have 2 shields, they're not going to be able to quick move us down with their Jellicent before we're able to spam them with those Frenzy Plants that are essentially going to KO. Even if they lowered our attack, we already seen it before. It's still a wrap. The attack is still ridiculous with Shadow Venusaur's Frenzy Plant, as well as the spam that you can do. It's not quite on the level of Swampert, but why am I explaining it when I'm using it in every video, right? Alright, so we're going to be taking the win there. Let's go. So every Pokemon did, what they needed to do, and Armored Mewtwo is really actually putting in the work. So first time using it, do I like it? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I'm going to be using it a lot more. I just have to come up with better teams so the algorithm doesn't screw with me. So like this matchup here is absolutely horrific, especially because we do have Dynamic Punch and Future Sight. I mean, what are we going to do? Moonblast, absorbing it like a champion. So we're going to go ahead and retreat with energy on our Mewtwo and bring in our Venusaur here, and hopefully they do not have Future Sight hitting us with a Moonblast and retreating into a Guzzlord. Isn't that something when we have one on our team as well? So they do resist this here, but that's okay. We're just going to do a whole lot of damage. Now, I could have went for the Sludge Bomb. Yes, I know. But we're not going to. We're just going to go ahead and go for that because I almost thought we might be able to get to another one, which would have equal out to more damage. Bringing in the Mewtwo, going straight for the Dynamic Punch, and they're going to be shielding it up, and we're still holding on to 2 shields here. Now, we do need to shield this up despite being a tank. We don't really want to take potential brutal swing from a Guzzlord here, but they're going for a Dragon Claw bait. Going for another Dynamic Punch, they're letting it go, and we're barely taking them out there with one more Confusion, immediately swapping into our Guzzlord when they do bring in that Cresselia here. Now we're going to be taking a lot of, it's going to one-shot us. A Moonblast is going to one-shot us, so we got to be very careful here. What do they got in the back? It is going to be a Trevenant, so as soon as I saw that, I started thinking, hold on, hold the phone here. We might be able to pull this win off. Now, doing all that damage could have been a little bit of a mistake. I need to come out of this with as much energy as possible here. And we do not quite have 2 brutal swings, so that's okay. We're almost there, pretty much. One more Dragon Tail. So going for the first one here, and I'm thinking, might be able to pull this off. Gonna go for the Dragon Claw. Just need to get that last shield and do a little bit more damage here before they get off their charge move and take us out with that Moonblast. And Mewtwo should be able to take a Grass Knot unless they are able to get to a Moonblast again. That's freaking pretty quick if they do. And can we get to the Side Strike? And we do, and that is going to be it, folks. And the Mewtwo is taking the win for us. That was an intense battle there, and we're looking good. And I have to say, this is one of the costume Pokemon. It's more than a costume because it alters its stats, right? But it's unique to Pokemon Go, and I'm going to have to say, this design is amazing, okay? It looks freaking cool as heck, all right? It's as simple as that. I mean, it's a very underlooked. People don't really pay attention too much to this Armored Mewtwo, but it is absolutely amazing. It looks like the Shredder suit. Love it. So, yeah, there you go, expressing myself. We're up against the Gliscor here, and this is not great because I do have that spammy Night Slash. And again, I couldn't get a break. I could have bring you more battles, but I'm not going to show all the hard counter, you know, with bad leads and then swaps is just going to get a little bit annoying here. But it did absolutely amazing. I'm going to be bringing it back into the Ultra League to test it out a little bit more before we do see the Master League returning. So you better get those credit cards ready, folks, right? You better get those credit cards ready for those XL candies. Niantic said, no Premier this time, you cheapskates. Spend more money. Okay. Anyways, we got the Obstagoon on the team here. All right, sounds good. Going for the Cross Chop, letting the Icicle Spear go. They're going to be swapping back, and we're bringing in our Mewtwo. Thought we might be able to take the hits a little bit better, and it is a little slow to get to the charge moves. So unfortunately, we're going to be having to use our shield here because I figured it's going to be worth it using this energy here. So we're going to be getting that last shield. I figured they weren't going to, you know, just let it go. They're going to shield it up. Bring it in Obstagoon, and if this is an Earthquake, that's, yeah, pretty much a wrap, unfortunately. We barely survived, but then we double KO, and they still had that Pokemon in the back with a couple HP. Good game. Moving it on to our next opponent, met with an Articuno here, and this is another interesting matchup. I just kept on seeing things I've never seen before with these new Pokemon. So we do have Cobalion on the team in the back, and Venusaur is maintaining its position like usual. So let's go ahead and have a little fun hitting me with Icy Wind. Rock Slide is devastating to the Articuno because it is going to be flying an Ice type, but we do not have it, unfortunately. Again, I still going to vouch for Dynamic Punch. And we're going to let this go as well. Probably should have shielded this up to give them a little bit more of a run for their money, but they appeared to want to double shield their Articuno. Like I said, everybody wants to shield up this damn Armored Mewtwo. I'm like, come on. Like, are you so scared of Armored Mewtwo? I know, it's the game, Poke, chill out. Yeah, I get it. I'm just being a little annoyed over here. The one time I freaking use Armored Mewtwo and everybody double shields, I'm thinking, what? Come on, it's not hitting that hard. Don't be scared. Anyways, Cobalion. So we're going to farm up a lot here. Well, not a lot. We're pretty much 100 energy. And hitting the Stone Edge, probably maybe could have went for the double kick, and they have a Sylveon immediately swapping into our Venusaur because we have been debuffed 2 times with the Cobalion, and of course it is going to be part fighting. Venusaur is going to go ahead and land the Sludge Bomb. They're letting it go. Oh, I mean, they've got no more shields. Oh, what do they got in the back? An Ampharos. As soon as they bring it in, they back out. We take the win. Let's get it. Thank you, Venusaur. And thank you to the Mewtwo for taking them shield. Next battle, we're going to be met with a Walrein leading with Cobalion because I was getting sick and freaking tired of it. And this is a good lead, obviously, so let's go. Finally, the only good lead out of 4 sets today. I'm not joking. There was neutral leads, but nothing like that gives me the advantage. So here we go. Shielding up Earthquake correctly. Very good, very good. Waiting for some sort of a catch, as we can see no catch here. So we're going to go ahead and throw the double kick or Sacred Sword. Taking them out, and they have a Sylveon back there. That's perfect, no problem. No problem at all. And we're going to swap into our Mewtwo right away here. Just because. Let's hold on to that green health Cobalion still in there. Swapping into a Razor Leaf Venusaur. That's something you don't see every day. Actually kind of almost inspired me to want to try Mouse Shadow out with a Razor Leaf set on it to see how it does perform. You're not going to be able to hit that Frenzy Plant like as spammy as it usually is, but you're going to be doing a lot of damage with that quick move. So they're taking me down pretty low, but we're looking good all along here. That Sylveon's holding on by a thread. Well, it is going to be pretty soon. We have no more shields. They're going to be farming us down, and I'm playing a little bit of a mind game here. I'm just playing. So we got the Venusaur in the back, of course. As soon as we bring that in, you already know what it is. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!